guys, and welcome back to my channel, Limitless BWL. Today I have a really exciting video for both myself and probably for you guys as well. But today I am going to be trying out Rihanna's Fenty beauty line, so I'm super excited. I did pick up their foundation and two matte sticks, but it's going to be two separate videos just because I don't want this one to be really long. It's going to obviously be my first impression because I just purchased it today. I also have a sample of the primer though, so we're going to try that out as well. So 4 things. And just as I know, my hair looks super crazy, I'm aware. I can't fix it. I tried and this is the best it's gonna get. So I hope you guys don't mind, and let's get started. So I feel like I was talking really loud in that intro, so I'm gonna try slowing down for you guys. But we're gonna be trying out the foundation. So this is a soft matte Longwear foundation, and I got the shade 400. So 400, to be honest, when I looked at swatches and stuff online, it looked like it was like way too light for me. But then once I started to do my research before I actually went into the store today, I noticed that it said the foundation, once it dries down, like it has a 2-minute dry down time, and once it dries down it gets a little bit darker, which is just a fancier way of saying that it oxidizes, I feel like. So the color I originally wanted to get was 470 or 450, but once I tried it on, it was super dark on my skin, so then I went with this one, which is 400. So this is a warm undertone as well, because I obviously have a warm undertone, and it's medium to full coverage for all. Longwear, light as air. So I can't wait to try it out. And I also got a sample of the primer. I know you guys are probably like, oh, what the hell, a sample? But yes, I got a sample because if you guys have been following me for a long time, you know that I don't really wear primers just because my skin never reacts to them well. So I wasn't going to purchase it just to return it. So I figured I'd get a sample, and that way you guys can still see my first impression for it. So this was just the Pro Filt'r primer. It's supposed to make your pores really smoothed out and stuff like that. So let's get straight into the application. So I'm just gonna quickly read what it says about the primer online just so you guys can have a better idea. So it's a shine stopping pore diffusing primer that smooths the way for better foundation application, long wear, and an instant retouch feel. I made that up, it's a retouch effect. But the primer retails for $40. Of course I got a sample, so it's free. So let's go ahead and apply it. I'm just going to use my fingers to apply it just as I would any foundation primer. Hopefully it doesn't break me out. That's usually my concern with the primer. I feel like usually pore smoothing primers have like a thick consistency, but this one's like very, very liquidy. So I'm just going to mainly focus on where I have all of my pores. It feels very hydrating on the skin, which is really surprising, because I don't know about you guys, but whenever I've tried pore filling primers, like it's more of like a really like silicone-y feeling, and this one does not feel like that, which is actually a good thing because I feel like that way it's not going to clog your pores. Now, do I feel like it has minimized my pore appearance? As it's drying down, I really do kind of feel like it is. I was gonna say no, but now that I'm looking at it again, it kind of does look like it. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit more just on this area and more so tap it into the skin, because usually for pore minimizing primers, that's a better method than just like rubbing it. I'll put on my smile lines too. Okay, so I let this primer sit for a little bit, and I'm not kidding, it really did smooth out my skin, and it feels super lightweight as well. So as long as it doesn't break me out, I might actually go and purchase this if it makes my foundation last a little longer as well, of course. But now we're gonna go ahead and try out the foundation. So this foundation retails for $42. It is supposed to be medium to full coverage and is a matte finish, which is amazing because I love matte finish foundations. That's really all I wear because I'm super oily. Another thing I just wanted to add is that when I saw the color range for the foundations, I was like, oh my god, yes, because there's so many colors, literally a color for everyone from what I saw. Like there's super light colors, there are like really dark colors as well, so that's great. And I've been looking for a foundation that matches my skin tone. I'm hoping this one will be it. As you can see, it also comes with a pump, which is perfect because that makes life so much easier. And I love the packaging, super cute. So what we're gonna do is I'm not gonna just like apply it fully. I'm gonna put my color corrector first just because that's how I always do my foundation, and I don't want to like give this an uneven chance, I mean unfair chance. I don't know what I'm saying. So we're gonna go ahead and color correct my face with the Smashbox orange color corrector. So now that I did that, I just wanted to say something. So while I was color correcting my face and like I blended out with my finger, I noticed that my skin feels super soft. So I'm really liking the primer so far. So let's go ahead, try on the foundation. So since this foundation does oxidize a little bit, what I'm gonna do is just apply a little bit right here and give it like a maybe like a 1-2 minute dry time and see how much the color really changes before we do the whole face, just so you guys can kind of see the difference too, and it might help you guys in choosing your own foundation shade. So let's go ahead and do that. This is how this color looks. And as you can tell, it looks like it's going to be really light for me. And I promise, like, it does look light when I first put it on. And I'm only going in with a little bit because I don't know how the coverage is actually going to be. But since this is medium to full, I feel like I'm going to have to build it up just because even with full coverage foundations, I build it up. So we have our Damp Beauty Blender. I'm just going to do it in this area right now. So even that color itself looks pretty okay, but it's a tad bit light. Like in the camera it doesn't look that bad, but it is a little bit light for me. And I'm just gonna let it dry for a little bit of time. Just like, you know, just wait. Okay guys, so I'm back and there is the color. I feel like it still looks a little bit light, but at the same time, like, it looks like it matches pretty well. It's really warm though, but I love really warm foundation, so I'm not mad at that at all. It looks a little bit different on camera than it does here. Here it looks like it matches like pretty much perfect, but let's go ahead and try out the rest of the face and then see how it actually looks. But even for like this spot itself, I did have to build up the coverage a little bit because I had a blemish scar there and I could really see it peeking through. So that's just a heads up. That's why the foundation might look a little bit different there. So we're just gonna go ahead, blend this out. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna build it up a little bit. I can't tell if it looks really warm or if that's my like camera, but definitely warmer than my normal skin tone. As for the consistency, it feels really lightweight. It literally feels like there's nothing on my face, which is nice. And like it's super liquidy, which is probably why I have to build up the coverage because it goes away really fast in the beauty blend. That's just where I have most of my acne scars, so I'm just gonna go ahead and build it up. I'm really more so bouncing it this time than I did last time. Once I built it up like 2 layers, the coverage is really nice. It definitely has more coverage than my Estee Lauder Double Wear, which is nice. And it looks super matte and my skin still looks really natural. Like, has no cakey texture to it at all. It's like super lightweight. So now you guys can kind of see the difference in the color when I first apply it and once it dries down. So it definitely looks much better once it dries down. I feel like it matches me a little better. I could definitely bring it down my neck a little bit, but you guys can see the differences. Okay, so there we go guys. This side is still drying down, obviously because I did it significantly later time than I did this side. But to be honest, it feels so lightweight. It feels like there's nothing on my skin at all. More lightweight than like any other foundation I've tried, and I've tried a lot of foundations on my skin. The coverage is very nice once I build it up a little bit, which is totally fine. I'm used to that just because I have really dark pigmented scars as well. But I didn't need to put a concealer or anything. It also covered around my mouth area really nice, and there's no gray cast, which I love. And yeah, I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup. And I also have the matte sticks, which I bought, but I'll be posting that video up tomorrow, so you guys can watch that then. But I'm gonna go ahead and apply everything and come back and kind of give you my overall rundown about how it works with other products and stuff like that as well. Hey guys, so I am back, and you guys can probably tell that it's been a while because now my hair looks like a frizz ball and not even half as bad as it did, but more like 10 times worse. But I just went ahead and did my entire face. I also applied the contour and the highlight with the matte sticks. They're not called matte sticks, by the way. I realized as I was filming the second part. They are called match stick. If you guys want to see my first impression and demo on the matchstick, make sure to subscribe so you guys can see tomorrow's video, and that will be up tomorrow, so yes. But just like a side note on that, the way the product worked was something I totally did not expect at all. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about the foundation. So let's get back to it. So I'm going to start off from kind of the packaging and just going on to the cons and pros of the foundation. The foundation, as we said, the packaging was cute, but then I find that it's getting like really dirty around here just because it's white, but I don't really care too much because all our makeup gets dirty if you actually really use it. And on a side note, if anyone wants a makeup tutorial on this look, I'll have it on my Instagram probably sometime next week. But yeah, so stating that, I feel like that's really the only negative about the foundation. I'm gonna take a close-up look for the first time right now, and we'll kind of go through it together on what I see and what I like and all that stuff. Okay, so you guys can see my wall, but we're gonna ignore that. So honestly, it still looks just as flawless to me. I am getting a little bit oily right here, but it could be because I've been sitting in the heat filming for a few hours now. And as for like my smile lines, as you guys know, sometimes foundations like really crease in my smile lines. This is not that bad at all. It has a slight bit of a crease on this side, but honestly, it's not bad at all. I'm actually really pleased with it. And when I was doing the demo with the matchsticks, I found that the products glided on to this like so perfectly, like whether it be my powders or when I bake my face and everything. Like, you guys will see my reaction in that video. Like, I was so shocked as to how easy it was to just blend everything on. And I don't know if the credit goes to the primer or the foundation, but together they work so well. It feels super light on my face, and I feel like this is the least cakey I've ever looked in my life. Even though I have like a few breakouts going on right here, my skin looks really flawless. I find it looks really smooth. I'm really happy with it. And even to build up the coverage, I didn't have to put as much as I do with some full coverage foundations, such as the Double Wear, which people are like, it's so full coverage, but like I always have to build it up. This one I had to build it up, but just a little bit. I feel like the color matches really well now as well. It definitely did go down, as you guys saw, so just kind of keep that in mind when you're gonna purchase it. I would suggest like swatching it and maybe walking around and then looking at which color matches you after in a little bit. But yeah, I really like it, and I'm so happy because, you know, this might even be my new holy grail foundation, as long as it doesn't break me out. I really hope it doesn't break me out, so like hope for me, pray for me that it doesn't break me out, because I really like it. I would give it like a 10. Yeah, it's like not creasing, it's not that oily. Yeah, I did set it with my Cover FX setting powder as well. I didn't put a lot just so I could really see how the foundation holds, but I set it just to give it a fair shot again. So I think the price is really good for a Sephora brand, like for like a high-end foundation. It's like not as cheap as drugstore, is not high-end as like some high-end brands. And I really thought that Rihanna's brand was gonna be a lot. The price actually is what pushed me to like purchase it. I'm like, it's like pretty affordable, I'm gonna go get it. So I definitely think it was worth the money. I feel like I covered everything, but my main thing is that it feels like nothing in my skin looks super smooth and flawless. So those are my main things. And like, if you guys want kind of like a detailed review on this product later on, because of course this is my first impression, I could definitely do that in maybe a favorites video or even a separate video, but let me know. And that's about it. So far I love it, and I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please make sure to click that thumbs up button, and I will see you guys in my next video. Stay tuned for tomorrow for the sticks. Bye guys.